Hello and welcome back to the test reality check. I played the test. I believe it's the trilogy I played back at way back in like 2023. Um, they're like personality psychological exams. I really enjoyed them. This wasn't the game I had on my wish list. They actually had another one that I can't remember the name of, but like I just saw this today and I was like, holy shit. I love this game. I love these types of games and quizzes, so I'm going to play it. Um, so let's get started. Warning, this experience is not for those easily offended. This experience offers many things that you may not wish to hear and Slippy may not be able to handle. Player discretion is advised. I like that they give that. This experience uses an autosave feature that will save your session periodically. If your session comes to an end abruptly for any reason, you continue your session from the title screen. Think hard before locking in your choices and take the time to analyze your answers before making a decision. If you make a mistake or decide to change your mind later, there is no going back and your answer will be locked in. Got it. This is intentional, and you've been advised. Oh. Diary of the Madman. Humanity is not the only disease that can cure itself. Ooh. You haphazardly place one foot in front of the other and wander aimlessly through the void. Oh. Why would I do that? Oh. You twist and tumble, fall through the twisting abyss until your essence is scattered through beyond the yawn. That is a tongue twister. You twist and tumble, fall through the twisting. Oof. Hello. The voice of reason. Well, hello there. I guess since you've arrived, we should jump right into things. If you've been here before, you know exactly what this is. If you're new here, then behold. I'm about to ask you a I'm about to ask you a fuckload of overly personal questions, and you're going to provide me with very simple answers using abruptly absolutely no context whatsoever, other than the context your mind creates for itself. I may ask you questions that feel very similar to those previous, or perhaps they could appear to be the same question but worded in a slightly different way. Think carefully before answering each and every question. Sometimes our mind will pick up on subtle differences that could change your answer entirely, or shed new light on a new perspective. I can't speak ever. By the end of this, the goal is to walk away from the experience feeling as though you've gained something, but maybe you won't. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't see the future. I don't believe that for a second. Look how cool you look. Either way, you're going to take away whatever you wish from this experience, and that may be positive and it may not. With that being said, I should be able to take a pretty decent understanding of you as a person as long as you're able to 100% answer blah, 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 blah. Yeah. If you lie about anything, you're only hurting yourself here. So make yourself comfortable with being uncomfortable. I love being comfortable, being uncomfortable. I love it. This is not an experience for the sensitive. This is not an experience. This isn't for deafened ears and closed mind. This is an opportunity for growth, and growth only comes from discomfort. Truth! 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 How does it work? You might be wondering. Fucking magic, I guess. Yes! Yes! Not really, though. I'm going to tell you a bunch of shit that that your mind probably knows, but perhaps rests at the back of your conscious, rather than the ever so useful forefront where you may exercise on a regular basis. I'm going to be taking drink breaks. Hopefully you'll find the experience useful in some way, but if you don't, then just remember, fucking hell! I'm gone my throat. You get what you pay for, and it doesn't appear that I'm getting paid by the hour to put up with your bullshit. If this resonates with you, then great. And if it doesn't, and you feel like your time would be better spent elsewhere, then I'm sure I'll be rejoining a blog about it. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Here come the basic bitch questions. Start with, oh my god, the process now. I love it so much. By the way, I turned the music off because it was really loud, even at like 20%. So we're just gonna go with no music. Do you believe you are living up to your full potential? No. Um, and that is something that I mean I've made several videos. You guys, if you guys watch my videos, you know I talk about this shit all the time. No, and that is something that I want to. I want to. I know I can. That's the thing is I know I just lately, especially recently, I've really been struggling with confidence and just feeling like I've been feeling over very anxious lately. And I've just been, yeah, I've been struggling with confidence recently, and that is something that I'm trying to work on this year. That I mean, I've been trying to work on it for many years, but like this year especially, I want to just like feel good about myself and be more compassionate towards myself. But I don't feel like I'm living up to my full potential. I keep telling myself like, "Oh, I'm gonna do these things. I'm gonna do these things," but I never do. Like I am writing a book right now, kind of. I more on that later, but like I'm not doing these things. So no. But I don't want to be too hard on myself either. No, I don't. Do you feel content with where you are in life? No, I don't really. And I don't know what that's the thing is like I grew up very privileged. My parents did a very good job of raising me and like, they made sure I like I've never had to worry about money in my life. I've never had to worry about money. Um which I know is of such a fucking privilege, and it's something I don't like to push in people's faces, and I do. I would consider myself a very independent person still, but I got to be honest, like I've never had to worry about money in my life. Um and I know how much of a privilege that is. Um but even that, like a lot of people say like, "Oh, if I just had enough money, then I'd be happy. If I just like had enough time, then I'd be happy." But like the truth is like I'm not rich, but like I've never had to. I'm comfortable, and I'm still. Money doesn't make you happy. It's not the money. Happiness comes from within, and I just don't feel content. And I think that's because I'm just not content with myself. So no, I don't. Are you satisfied with how you spend your free time? Um, no, no, I'm not really. No, same reason really. Do you often reflect on your purpose? I mean, what is my purpose really? You know, like we're all searching for a purpose. I guess this is me reflecting right now. Like I oftentimes get anxiety about like, oh, what is my purpose in this world? You know, because you do the daily shit. You do the shit you gotta do, like you gotta pay your bills. You gotta brush your teeth. You gotta like do laundry, do dumb daily shit. But what is my purpose in this world? And I've really been trying to think about that lately, and I just yeah. I mean, this is me reflecting right now, so yeah, I am reflecting on my purpose, I guess. Do you feel in control of your emotions? That yes, sometimes. Sometimes, well, hmm. Yes, I would say I've gotten much better about learning about my emotions. I wouldn't say I'm like all the way towards emotionally mature. I can still be a crybaby about things. I shouldn't say crybaby. I can still be emotionally immature in certain situations. Most notably, like my communication skills are quite poor. They're quite poor, which I learned from my parents. My parents were not great communicators, and so um, that is a form of emotional immaturity. But like I've really tried these past 5 years, I want to say, really been trying to just learn more about myself and improve myself, and I feel like I have gotten in control of my emotions, and they're not going anywhere. Yeah. Sometimes not. Sometimes I can be. It's a toss up. Most of the time, yes. Are you comfortable with change? Here's the thing. No, I would say no. I'm not comfortable with change. I like I like my routines. I like a routine. I like stability. You know, I grew up in like, this is gonna be a trauma dumping. When is it not with me? When is it not just a trauma dumping episode with me? Like, I grew up in chaos, right? I grew up in a very chaotic home. Like, even though I just said, like, my parents did a very good job of raising me, it was very chaotic and it was very unpredictable. So, like, but I wouldn't say I'm comfortable with change. I wouldn't say I'm comfortable. I would say that is what I strive for stability. I strive for, like, inner peace. I wouldn't say I'm comfortable with change now. Do you seek approval from others more than you like? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it can be. I'm trying to work on this. Not. I've gotten much better at not caring about what other people think, but I still do it, and I don't like that I do it. I don't like that I'm always trying to. I don't know why. I know, and the thing is like I know when I'm doing it, and I know like Ethan, you don't need their approval, but yeah, I still do it sometimes, and it's really annoying. Do you believe your life has meaning? Oh God. You said these were the basic questions. What is the meaning of life? You know, do you believe my life has meaning? I mean, that's what like having a purpose is, right? It's like what is the meaning of my life? And you know, I mean, I'm not a fucking philosopher, but like I don't I don't believe in the afterlife. I don't think there's anything after death. I think it's just you. And maybe that's a controversial take, but that's just my opinion. I don't believe in like I don't think there's anything after. I think it's just you. It's like it's I think it's I mean, this is getting off track. This is like it's like before you were born, right? I believe that's what death is. I believe death is a beautiful thing. Um, but sorry, to get back to the question, does my life have meaning? Not life itself. Does my life have meaning? I mean, I would love, that's what I strive for, right? I strive to have my life have meaning. Right now though, I mean, yeah, to say my life has no meaning, that'd be pretty, I mean, what is, again, that goes in, to me, that goes in like, that combines with purpose. Meaning and purpose are the same thing in my opinion. Are you quick to forgive yourself? Trying to get better at it. You know, self-compassion, very difficult thing. No, I can be quite hard on myself. And I'm trying to get better at not being so hard on myself and trying to just you know, it's crazy. It's crazy that how impactful and how effective like even though I'm not very good at it. I'm not very like I'm still learning how to get better at it, which is just having self-compassion, having like treating yourself like a friend. It's really fucking hard for me. And it's like I'm learning that like, oh wow. Like wow, I'm really fucking hard on myself. Why? Why am I so goddamn hard on myself? Like geez, Ethan, just give yourself a break, you know? You know, it's like I think so no, I wouldn't say I'm quick to forgive myself because I'm just so I mean, it's good to like push yourself, I think, but like man, I'm trying to practice self-compassion. It's hard. It's hard. I will admit it's been a challenge for me. Um the few times that I have experienced like, hey man, it's not that I cringe when I say it. I'm just like, and then it quickly goes back to like, you fucking dumb piece of shit. It, it's it's something I'm trying to work on and get better at though. No, I'm not. Do you prioritize your own needs regularly? I'm a selfish bitch. That's what I am. I'm a selfish motherfucker. I am. I get yes. What? Okay. Yes, I can be quite selfish with my time, which I know I Should probably get better at. But yeah. Are you happy with your current relationships? I mean, what relationships? Yeah. No. I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna be oversharing in this video. Um, I don't have the I don't have the best relationships. I've never had like a close friend, you know. I've never had like meaningful friendships in my life. You can be cuz I mean, you can have like friends, quote unquote, like here's how I look at it. I look at it like here's the scale I look at it. It's like stranger, colleague, or like acquaintance, I should say. Then you have like you're familiar with them, like friend-ish, but not really. And then you have your close friends, and then you have like family. I don't have any close. I've never had a close friendship in my life. I've never had like a meaningful, deep connection with anyone, and it's really sad, honestly. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know, I'm not like being like, but it is something where I'm like, oh wow, yeah. And I think what I found is that like the more I work on myself, like the more connected I feel to myself, like the more connected I feel to others. So, but no, and I'm not very close with my family either. Yeah. So no, I'm not really. Do you believe in second chances? Yeah. You know, as much as I'm not, I know I just said how I'm not quick to forgive myself, but like I believe in like you know, I already answered this in the last one. I think yeah. Are you afraid of being alone? Ha! Fuck no, bitch. I've been alone my whole life. Like no, like I'm an introvert. I am an introvert. I love being alone. And I don't mean that to say like I'm scared of people. My anxiety is so bad. No, like when I say being alone, what it means for me to be truly alone is like, you know, you put all the distractions away. You put all like the social medias, you put all the fucking like it's so easy to distract yourself these days. That's not what you're not because you're not really being alone. But when I'm truly just alone, reflecting on my own thoughts, I've found that like, oh wow, I love being alone. And yeah, like maybe spending too much time alone is unhealthy, but like I found that like, oh, it's really I feel the most like myself when I'm alone. I feel the most authentic when I'm alone, when I'm just by myself. It's not that I don't like being around other people, but like I find that when I'm around other people, I tend to put on a mask. I tend to put on this like facade. I don't feel like I can be myself. Whereas when I'm just by myself, I feel like I can just be. This is like even though I'm talking to a camera in front of people, I'm like I can just be myself. Whereas if I'm in public, I don't feel that. I don't feel as like comfortable just being myself. And maybe that is a confidence issue. I don't know. But no, I'm not afraid of being alone. No. Do you dwell on past mistakes? Yep. There's a word for that. Probably. I'm blanking on it right now. But yeah, all the time. Do you find it easy to open up to others? No. And that's like, I know what I've said recently. Like, but I honestly, it's because like, as a kid, yeah, you know, everything goes back to childhood. As a kid, I was never encouraged to like talk about my emotions. I was never encouraged to like, you know, share my feelings. You know, mental health was not something that was discussed openly in my environment growing up. It was something that was very just like you keep it close to the vest and you don't talk about it. And I think that really caused a lot of problems in my life. You know, yeah, and yeah, it did teach me like how to be resilient, how to like have a good work ethic. But I also think it's also hindered my like social skills in a way that's like, oh, I have a really hard time like trusting other people and like opening up to other people. Because yeah, like I was never, and whenever I did open up to other people growing up, I was always, it was never met with like positive reinforcement. It was always met with like shame. It was always met with like consequences. So I learned to just like kind of close up, you know, and not share my feelings. So no, I do not. Do you think you have a healthy work-life balance? I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to like, you know, because everybody has to work, right? Everybody has to work. I'm trying to get better at just like actually having a life outside of work, you know, not, I feel like so many people in today's world are just like very, the culture with, I feel like it's kind of like this, it's like the hustle culture, right? Everybody's just a workaholic. Everybody just like wants to stay busy all the time. And even when people are, you know, even you see people who are retired and they're still working because they're like, I got nothing better to do. And it's like, people just don't know how to like take a break. People don't know how to like, you know, like, I feel like people are so in, I don't know if it's just an American thing, but I feel like people in our like American culture are very much just of the have the mindset of like, I all I do is work. You know, everybody's just a workaholic and everybody's just like a, they don't have like hobbies outside of work. They don't have like a life outside of, this is being judgmental. And that's what I'm trying to get better at, is just like, yeah, everybody's got to work, but also it's good to have like a life. A life outside of work. It's good to have like a personal life. Because when I'm at work, I don't talk about my personal life with my coworkers. I just don't, because I don't, because I find that to be like that kind of like that's when it like what am I trying to say? That's when like the personal, the work life balance becomes a bit too it becomes a bit too like work focused. Like it's like now I'm letting my personal life be affected by my work life, and I don't think that's um it's something I'm really trying to work on. So I would say yes, because yeah. Are you proud of your accomplishments? I'm the fucking best. There's oh man, ignore me. Um it's something that God, I keep saying this like it's something I'm trying to get better at. Look, man, I'm trying to fucking feel more confident in myself, all right? The thing I'm proudest of, and this is hard for me to say, I'm really proud of when I lost weight. Back in 2020, I talked about my body image video. This is the same thing that I'm still to this day the most proud of. And this isn't me trying to like brag or like be arrogant and egotistical about it, but like I'm really proud of it because I've always been insecure about my body, and I've been feeling a little bit insecure about my body recently because I'm like, I've been, putting on a couple belly weight. But back in 2020, I lost 46 pounds. Let me be frank with you. It wasn't healthy what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I starved myself basically. It wasn't healthy what I was doing. I don't recommend it to anyone because it's not good. I was only eating like 1,200 calories a day, like really unhealthy. It was super. Yeah, but I did it, right, and it was the first time. I mean, a lot of these things I've talked about in previous videos, it was the first time where I did something with my life, that I actually like accomplished something. Because before I was never a motivated student. I was never motivated by getting good grades. And I didn't have many friends. I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't play sports growing up, so I didn't really do much. And that's how it is today. I'm not motivated by getting a promotion. I'm not motivated by that stuff. But like, it was that one thing of like, oh wow, I can actually do something, and that helped me build. That helped build confidence in myself. And it's not that I'm like a gym rat now, but it's like, oh wow, it just kind of unlocked this like, oh Ethan, hey now, you're a rock star. Get your game on. But it's not that I'm just like, oh, I'm so jacked right now, dude. But it's like, no, I unlocked this like piece in myself where it's like, I can do these things. I can like, I can, ah! And we're gonna just leave that there. It was a light all along. But it's like I can do these things. Yeah, I'm not. It might not be the best, but it's like I lost that weight, and it was like, like I can do these things. I can. Yeah. So yeah, I am proud of my accomplishments. Do you set goals for yourself regularly? Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten. I don't always achieve them, but yeah. Do you feel like you have a clear life direction? No. 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 Still trying to figure that out. Do you believe in fate? No. Do you value honesty above all in others? Yes. Do you feel comfortable expressing your emotions? I've gotten much better at it, but like this, yes. In front of others in public, no. Are you a good listener? No. Not always. Do you forgive easily? I believe in second chances. Do I forgive easily? Yeah, I don't hold on to grudges, really. Are you driven by fear of failure? Yes. Do you like to take risks? I'm not an adrenaline junkie. But I've never really lived like a traditional life, so yes, really, yeah. I'm risky. Yeah. Do you value peace over excitement? But yeah, yeah. Even though I just said that, yes, but I do value my inner peace. Is what I'm talking about. Inner peace is like, it's so, I haven't gotten it fully down yet, but like I've learned that like, oh wow, once once I started to like um once you cut out all these like all this fucking bullshit, once you get off social media and once you like cut out all these toxic people from your life, it's like, wow, things get a lot simpler. Yes. Do you prioritize self-improvement? Fuck yeah, dude. As I eat my almonds. I don't know why I just did that. Yeah, I do. I don't like, yeah, I value self-improvement, obviously. Are you kind to yourself in your thoughts? Wow. No. I mean, I just explained that, so no. Do you prefer stability over yes. Do you believe everyone deserves a second chance? Yes. Do you find it easy to ask for help? No. And that's another thing. I hate asking for help. I think it might be an anxiety thing. I like to feel in control of my environment. I like to feel like I don't like to feel like I don't have control. And part of that problem is that like I don't like asking for help in anything. I can be hyper independent. I think it's what it's called. It might be a trauma response as well. I'm not sure. Um, so no, I don't. No. Do you ever question your beliefs all the time? Self doubt. I think everybody doubts themselves at some point in their lives. But yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think it's okay to doubt yourself. Yeah. Are you afraid of making big changes? Yeah. It's scary to me. Yeah. Do you feel a sense of community? No. I've always kind of felt like an outsider. I've always kind of felt like a lone wolf. I've always been a loner. And I kind of like it that way. I kind of like feeling like a loner, even though I still live. I grew up in a very small town. Under 10,000 people live in my town, and I still like I don't go out. I don't go out. I don't like I don't talk to people because I just don't really feel. I mean, like I said, I don't care to like be a part of a big group. I like one-on-one interactions. I don't like group interactions. One-on-one interactions is where I thrive. That's where um I mean, but if we're talking here, I mean, there are times where I feel disconnected from this community recently. I think I've just been really depressed recently. And oh my god, depression sucks, guys. It really does. Sucks the life out of you. No. Are you comfortable with vulnerability? Yes. Yes. It's just I'm comfortable with it. I just have trouble expressing it to like people when I'm in public. But like with the camera here, I don't know why. I just feel like, oh yeah. And that's why I make these videos. It's a way for me to like, it's my verbal journal. It really is. It's my way of like, because I have trouble just talking to people in my regular life. So yes. Do you believe you deserve happiness? This is what I've been on this shit. I'm sober, by the way. I always feel like I have to preface that. I don't know. I don't think, because I've been thinking about this recently, about happiness. I mean, I made a video about it, surprisingly. And like, I was like, man, like, why is it so hard for me to be happy? You know? And I think a lot of it comes from like this guilt that I feel of like, oh, like, do I deserve to be happy? Like, I always feel like I need to like prove that I've done enough, that I've been like, that I've achieved enough, then I can be happy. But it's like, I don't think it's about deserving happiness. I don't think anyone deserves it's like happiness is just an emotion, just like any other emotion. So it's like you I don't think I think if you I think having the mindset of like, oh, but I haven't done enough to deserve to be happy is a really self-defeating mindset. I think you take it, if you happiness is like it comes and goes. Like, you take it as it is. Like, you don't try and like overthink it. And this is a reminder to myself as well. Like, like, do any of us like? Because sometimes I get in this like, even now I'm like, man, like it's so hard for me to be happy, and and it's like, why? And it's like, yeah, like, I feel like I haven't done enough to deserve it. But why do yes, but like, I don't think it's deserving happiness. I think happiness is just like, just take it. If you feel it, take it. Do you keep most of your thoughts private? No, I don't. No, I don't. I really don't. I overshare it a lot on this channel. No. Oh, wait, I said yes. God damn it. Well, I guess it's kind of private. Do you reflect on your dreams and goals often? Yeah. I don't move toward them, but I reflect on that often. Are you patient with yourself? Ooh. Again, this goes in line with, like, all these goes in line with, like, I think it just comes back to, like, self-compassion. I think a lot of people tend to overlook self-compassion and being like, oh, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. No, it's not coddling yourself. It's just like, again, like I've said it before, treating yourself on no sponsor, no free promotion. They're begging me, guys. Ooh, man, it is 7 o'clock. It's almost bedtime. Are you patient with yourself? Trying to be. I would say no, though. I'm pretty hard on myself. Yeah, I'm still pretty hard on myself. Do you feel fulfilled in your career? I mean, I would like YouTube to be my career. I would like being a content creator to be my career, but my career right now, I mean, no. I don't really, I've always been, I think it's just because this is going to sound super pretentious and super condescending. Maybe not that's the word, but like, I've learned about myself that I'm I'm an artistic person. I'm a creative person. And I've kind of always been like that, but I kind of suppressed it for so many years because I was like, oh, well, it's not going to make me money. It's like super depressing. It's like, I've always had it in me, the creativity, the fucking like, I was always, even as a kid, I was always writing, because it was what I was passionate about. I just loved writing. It was an escape for me. I loved movies as a kid. I always loved video games, but I was like, it's not gonna make me money. It's not gonna. And I was like, man, that's so sad. It's so sad because I know so many people give up on their dreams because they're like, well, it's not gonna pay the bills. It's not gonna. It's just like, it's so depressing. I don't look at career. I've never, again, like I said, I don't care about promotions. I care about fulfillment. Wait. Do I feel fulfilled? But I'll say no traditionally. Do you feel grateful every day? Probably not. No, I can be an asshole every day, and I can be quite negative. I try not to be, but I can be an asshole. No. Every day? No. 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 I'm no saint. Do you feel empathy for others easily? Again, when I'm alone, I think it's just because I get I get overstimulated very easily when I'm in public that I don't have time to like think really. But when I'm alone, yeah, I would say I'm an empathetic person. But here's the thing. I keep my distance from others. You know what I mean? Not because I don't care, but because it's like, it is that kind of like, I tend to keep people at arm's length a lot of the time because I get attached very easily. And it's overwhelming. I would say yes. Are you able to let go past hurts? I know I said earlier that I don't hold grudges. But man, there are some people that said some really mean things to me that I've talked about on this channel that still hurt me to this day, and I know I should just forgive and let go, and I don't like to be that petty, like, holding grudges person, but it just hurts to think about sometimes. It really hurts, and I know that, like, I know I've done shitty things in my life. I've hurt people in my life, and I don't hide from that fact, but, like, oh, man, it just hurts to know that, like, whenever I think about that, it just makes me feel really insecure, and it makes me feel like, but I know that, like, I would want others to forgive me because I know I'm not perfect and I've hurt people in my life, but it still hurts. And I would say no. Do you hold yourself to high standards? Yeah, I watched Shane Topp's video. If you don't know who that is, he's a member of the Smosh channel. Very funny person. Also very thoughtful person. He made a video recently on his channel talking about perfectionism. And I related so much to it, more than I ever thought I would. I never thought I was a perfectionist, but after watching his video, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to, I don't want this to be too long of a video because I don't know. Do you believe people can truly change? Yeah. I mean, I've changed in my life. I know I have. I mean, I'm still me. I'm still Ethan. Or am I? But, like, change is maybe change is not the word I'm looking for. Improve. I always believe people can improve themselves, but change? I don't know. Because I'm never like, I don't like to ever be the one of like, oh, if someone like made a mistake, it's like, oh, that's who they are. It's like, maybe they were just having a bad day, Maybe they were really, yeah, I tried to, yeah, people can change. Because I know I've changed. Are you happy with your level of self-discipline? as I chew away on my honey roasted almonds. Um, it it has its moments. My self discipline, it goes up and down sometimes. My discipline with eating is probably the worst. Yeah. I mean, I don't eat as unhealthy as I used to, but man, I stress eat a lot. Like I don't smoke or drink, but like I stress eat a lot, and that is comes from a lack of self discipline. Um, like I'd probably be a lot less anxious and a lot healthier if I just like, because I know I can, because I did it before, but like yeah, no, I probably could be better. Do you feel you have purpose in life? Oh, I guess we never talked about like purpose. Do I feel I have a purpose in life? I mean, I'm constantly searching for a purpose in life. I'm constantly like searching for like what is my purpose, and I think I have one. I think we all have one, but it's just we have to find it. We have to find it for ourselves. Yeah. If you don't have a because I believe if you don't have a purpose, then like do you trust your intuition? Um no. I can doubt myself a lot. No. Are you open to new perspectives? Depends. It depends. I can be quite stubborn sometimes. I also can just like not care because I'm thinking of certain situations where I just don't give a fuck. And I'm just like, I don't. I can be, yeah, I like to stick to my own thing a lot of the time. No. All right, I think we're done with these ones for now. It's about time we move on to questions with a bit more substance. What does that mean? Don't be afraid to answer honestly here. I have been. Questions only going to be personal. Yep. Deep Dark Rebel. I feel like we've gone pretty personal. Let's not waste any time. Here we go. Do you feel that you're truly seen and understood by those closest to you? No. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're gonna vulnerable. Um, no, I don't. I try. I think that's one of the biggest. I distract myself a lot of the time because like I don't. I would like to say like, oh yeah, but when it comes to like because I'm always, I hate that I do this, but like oftentimes I try to fit in. I try to like change myself to fit in with other people because yeah, like I've never really truly, I don't feel like anyone truly knows me in my life. I don't feel like anyone really like understands me in my life. And I know that's not me saying like I'm so broken, nobody gets me. It's like, no, I just feel like, I don't know. It just, I don't, again, it goes back to not having like a really close relationship with anyone in my life. Like, and I think that comes from like, oh, I want to get to know myself more. But yeah, I don't feel seen or heard by a lot of people in my life. Like people who like truly like know you and love you and accept you. I don't really have that in my life. No, I don't. Are you at peace with the choices you made that changed the course of your life? Oof. I mean, I haven't really made that many like choices that have changed the course of my life. I mean, the only I mean, maybe that's the issue is like I don't really make choices I haven't really made that many bigger choices that have like changed the course of my life. No, so I have to say no because I'm like I haven't made that many choices that have changed the course of my life. I can't really think of any. Do you believe you have healed from painful experiences in your past? No. Um, no. And that is something that I'm afraid I am afraid to go to therapy. I know it would probably be I know it would be good for me and I know like I want to go because ultimately like, therapy is a choice and therapy is something that like you go to heal yourself and I'm just afraid to go because of past experiences where my parents forced me to go into therapy. I didn't have a choice and that really gave me a lot of trauma. Um so I'm just afraid to like I'm afraid to go into therapy because I don't want that to happen again. And nothing bad happened. It was just it's when you don't have a choice and But when it comes to like my painful experiences, I do my best to like on my own, but I don't think I'm it doesn't feel like I've it's kind of like I'm I'm gonna this is gonna sound really cringe right now, but in gaming terms, like I feel like I'm playing life on like such like I'm playing on like hard mode right now. Whereas if I went to therapy, I feel like I'd be going it'd be a bit easier, I feel like, if I just like opened up. So, but no, I do my best to. Do you generally love yourself beyond your accomplishments or appearance? No, no. I mean, I've talked about self love all the time, and it is an oversaturated term where like I feel like the meaning is kind of lost its meaning throughout time, where like people hear the word self love and they don't think much of it, and that's sad because loving yourself, it's not narcissistic, it's not selfish, it's just have understanding yourself and accepting yourself for who you are, with your flaws and all. I don't think I'm there yet. I've made a lot of progress in that field, but like I don't I still struggle with confidence and insecurities all the time. And I'm not saying when you love yourself, like, because everybody has insecurities, but I wouldn't say I'm there yet, but I've made a lot of progress, I would say, and I'm really proud of myself for that. No, but no, I don't hate myself, but I don't think I'm there yet, and I don't see it as like a like, oh man, when I love myself, I don't think I'm there yet, and I will be, but I'm not there yet. Are you willing to confront uncomfortable truth about yourself? Yeah. Do you feel like you're doing enough to make a difference in the world? No. No. And I don't think I'm gonna sound like an asshole here, but I think if you're always focusing on like obviously, yeah, don't try not to be an asshole, try not to be like a nuisance, but like if you're always just putting that weight on your shoulders of like I find that when I'm like trying to just if I'm always just because if you go when you go on social media, you just see all the terrible things that are happening in this world. It makes you feel like at least it makes me feel like guilty. It makes me like, oh man, when you're always just like fucking consuming this like negative information, it really does affect the brain. And I've found that like, okay, maybe I can't change the entire world, but maybe I can change my world and take better care of my mental health. But in the world now, probably not. When you make mistakes, do you treat yourself with the same compassion you show others? No. And that, I mean, no, it's like, this game knows me. Are you happy with the way you manage your time each day? No, I get so pissed off with myself. No. Shush, inner critic. Do you feel your relationships bring out the best in you? No, because I don't have any. I'm being completely honest here. Like, I don't have any relationships. I just have me. And I'm trying to improve the relationship, but like, I don't have any really, I don't really have any relationships. And I'm not saying that in a self-pity kind of way. I'm just saying like, I don't really have any. And like, my thing is always like, I would rather be alone than being around people that make me feel alone. And that's my kind of like motto, is just kind of like mantra, is like I would rather, so no. Have you allowed yourself to dream big without fearing failure? Well, I mean, I'm kind of I already said this, like I'm kind of driven by the fear of failure. I'm driven because I don't want to fail. But like again, failure is not the end. It's not the I I am a dreamer. I am a person that I'm always in my own head. I'm always just imagining things. I'm always just like fucking in my own world. But I don't do these things because I do fear failure. But yeah, yeah, sure, why not? Do you believe you're worthy of unconditional love? I am working on this. I am working on feeling worthy of unconditional love. It is something I struggle with every day. Feeling worthy of. I always feel like I have to prove myself, like I have to do something to earn people's love. And I'm learning that, like, oh no, you don't have to do anything. You can just exist and you're still good enough and you're still lovable. And I'm trying to get better at just realizing that, like, and I think that just comes from, and again, going back to Shane Top's video, he talked about how, like, you don't have to do anything. Obviously, yeah, you gotta you gotta brush your teeth, you gotta pay your taxes, but, like, you can just exist, and that's enough. That is enough. I feel like we attach our self worth and to, like, our accomplishments and all this fucking external shit, and it's like, but because, like, deep down, I don't feel worthy of. I always feel like I have to earn people's love. Like, I always feel like I have to, like, work towards people's love, and that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all, and I'm trying to get better at it. But no, I would say I'm not there yet. Are you proud of the way you respond to challenges? Challenges. I don't. No. I'm not proud. I know I can get better at it. Do you trust yourself to make difficult decisions? I mean, I doubt myself all the time. Um, been doing this right now. I must say no then. Are you honest with yourself about the habits that hold you back? Yeah. I'm I mean, I'm very good at, like, deceiving myself and self-deception and just, like, lying to myself. But I've gotten better at just calling myself out on my own shit and just being like, hey, man. So, yes. Do you feel inspired by the life you're building for yourself? I inspire myself. No. Sometimes, no. Are you willing to risk vulnerability to build closer? I want to. But that is something I tend to close up when I'm, like, around other people. I tend to close up, you know. Like, I found that, like, oh, when, like, because there has been times where, like, people have, like, tried to, like, get to know me, and I close up. I become very guarded. And I'm like, man, why do I do that? But yeah, I want to. Do you allow yourself to feel a full range of emotions without shame? Without shame? I just journaled today about shame. Like, specifically about shame, I journaled. I always feel shame. Shame and guilt are, like, two of the biggest emotions I feel. I feel like shame is such a powerful emotion. Um Without shame, though, no. And I'm trying to get better at it again. You think it's possible to live without regret? It is. It is, yeah. Do you find joy in the small, everyday moments of life? Not every day, I wouldn't say. I'm trying to get better at just enjoying, like, the little things in life instead of just always, like, trying to find, like, the big exciting things. Sometimes, just for me, like I talked about in my birthday video, just, like, the tiniest thing of just, like, ordering food and watching some Netflix. That little thing of just doing that little thing for myself made the day that much better. And I'm trying to just enjoy the smaller moments. Maybe they're not the most exciting or grand or, you know, but they matter. They matter. Yes. Are you afraid of expressing your deepest dreams to others? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even with you guys, it's like, you people, like, I feel like I tend to hold back on, I've talked about a little bit of the stuff I want to do, but I tend to hold back a little bit. Yes. Have you accepted the aspects of yourself that you once struggled? Yes, I have made progress in accepting my faults. I've accepted my, like, and I've just become more accepting of myself. Yeah. Are you open to changing your mind when presented with new perspectives? Again, it has to be if it's something I care enough about, then yes. But if it's something I don't really care about, then no. So no. Do you feel a deep sense of gratitude of where you are in life? I know I need to, not need to. I know I would like to. I could probably practice more gratitude every day with people and like how privileged I am. Um, yes. Are you able to recognize when you're pushing yourself too hard? Yeah. Just yesterday I took a mental health day and I really needed it. You know, I've been ignoring my mental health for far too long, and yeah, I get like that sometimes where I just kind of I ignore my mental health and I just don't because that's how the society yes, society raises us. Do you seek external validation more often than you wish you did? Do you seek external validation? Yes. Have you forgotten those? Have you forgiven those who may have hurt you deeply? Not everyone, but yes. Do you have a clear sense of what happiness means to you personally? Yeah, I talked about it. um, Happiness to me means like feeling fulfilled in what you're doing and who you are as a person. It's not about the external shit in your life. You know, that's why I try not to buy a lot of things. I can be splurgy with food and like, yeah, so food mostly. But just like all that external shit, it's not, it doesn't matter. Happiness comes from within. It comes from how you feel about yourself, you know. Because I've been feeling really empty recently, and it's because I haven't not been feeling connected to myself. Um, yeah, I think, but yeah, I think, yeah, I know. Are you content with the memories you're creating in your life? Are you content with the memories you're creating in your life? No. Do you often regret things you didn't say or do? Yes. Are you more critical of yourself than others are of you? Yes. I struggle with low self-esteem. That is what low self-esteem is. Yeah. Do you take time to celebrate your progress, no matter how small? Try and get better at it. Yeah. Try to get better at it. Are you willing to let go of relationships that no longer serve you? Yes. That's something I'm trying to do is like cutting out people in my life who don't have my best interest at heart and not letting people who like don't really care about me, not letting them into my life that much. Yes. Do you feel that your life aligns with your core values? Yes. Do you allow yourself to be fully present with the people you love? Um, hmm. Yes. Are you living a life that reflects what's most important to you? Yes. I think, yeah. Do you believe that your current life path will lead you to fulfillment? I mean, like I said, I'm a creative person. I'm an artistic person. It's just I have not been pursuing those things. I want to one day. And I've always been a dreamer. I've always been someone that's not like, and it's not even the thing of like, oh, one day I'll get there. One day I'll be happy. It's more of just like, and maybe this is my privilege speaking, oh dear. But it's just like, I've always just like had the mindset of like, I can lose everything. Well, maybe not everything, but like, I've always been just like, ever since I was young, I was just like always creating stories in my head because I grew up in such a chaotic environment. One of the ways that I escaped was by writing and by watching movies and consuming media. That was my escape from the chaos in my environment. Um, and so like I love writing. I love creating. I love making things. And it's not just, it's like, yeah, it's nothing new. It's always been there. It's always been there. But I just lost confidence over the years. And now I'm like, I'm trying to, like, I'm getting it back. And I love that. Yes. Are you willing to take a risk to pursue your dreams, even if they seem impractical? Yes. Have you forgiven yourself for times that you may have hurt others? Yeah. The only thing I don't forgive myself for is like, well, yes. Do you make choices that honor your true needs and not just your wants? Ooh. My true needs? No. That's where I lie to myself a lot. Are you satisfied with the way you express the love to those around you? No. Because I don't have relationships in my life, no. Do you feel secure enough to be your authentic self, even if others disapprove? I'm trying to get better at it. You know. Slowly but surely I will. But no, not right now. Are you able to recognize when something is no longer good for you? Ooh. Ooh. Am I? Am I able to Here's the thing about me is like I can oftentimes I know when something is like when like a relationship I tend to stay in like if something is bad for me but it's comfortable. That's the saying of like just because it feels good doesn't mean it is good for you. It's like it's the mindset of like an addict. You get that hit, you get that fucking like you get the hit of like dopamine into your brain when you like, you know, when you're smoking cigarettes or when you're, you know, when you're doing cocaine. I don't know what that's like, but like and what was I gonna say? And like, but like, it doesn't mean those things are bad for you, right? Those things are really bad for you. No, but yes. Do you trust yourself enough to make changes and you know you need? Yes. Are you willing to move forward without closure in situations that lack it? Yeah, I don't have closure in most situations, so yeah, I guess. Do you feel that you are on a journey of growth and learning? Always. Are you able to recognize when you are self-sabotaging? Always. Yes. Do you find it easy to accept compliments and praise? Nope. Trying to get better at it. Do you make an effort to understand and forgive yourself for your weaknesses? Yes. Trying to get better at it. Not very good at it right now, but trying to get better at it. You're willing to set boundaries. Oh my God. Boundaries I've learned are so important. So fucking important. It's so crazy to me, like how important and how essential boundaries are in any kind of relationship. Because what boundaries are doing, boundaries are not like you can't do this, you can't do that. It's boundaries are setting limits for yourself of being like, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. And it's yes, it is your job to communicate those to other people, but like boundaries are so important. I'm learning. I always thought it was just like I didn't know what boundaries were and like but then I learned what boundaries were recently and I was like, "Oh wow, I can just say no." I don't have to do this thing. I can say no. I mean, that's not what boundaries are, but like yeah. Do you believe you deserve a life filled with joy, love, and peace? Again, deserve is such an interesting word. I want it. Interesting. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, homie. Oh. Homie. Oh, God. I believe I've already got a pretty good idea of what we're working with here. I just want to ask you one last set of questions to make sure we're completely locked in before I give you my analysis. Okay. You can expect the same kind of questions as before, but with a bit more of meat on the bone. Let's dive right in, okay? Do you hide parts of yourself from others because it... Yes. I do that in public all the time. And it's so fucking frustrating. And I'm not blaming others. It's just, I don't know why. I just want to be myself, but I have such a hard time being myself. Is there someone from your past you still think about but pretend you don't? Yes. Do you truly believe you're deserving of the things you long for? No, I don't really. Have you ever hurt someone you loved simply because you were hurting yourself? Wait, sorry. What was that? Have you ever hurt somebody you loved simply because you were... Yes, I have. Yes, all the time. A lot, yes. Have you afraid of what might surface if you allowed yourself to be completely alone with your thoughts? No, because I do that a lot. I distract myself a lot, but I also am alone with my thoughts a lot. No. Do you ever feel like you're faking happiness to avoid burdening others? Oh, all the time. All the time. All the time. Right now. Is there a part of you that still feels undeserving of love? Oh, yeah. Have you ever sabotaged something good in your life out of fear it might end? Yes. Do you cling to their certain relationships because you're afraid of what life might look like without them? Yes. Are you avoiding any truth about yourself because they're too painful to confront? Yes. Do you ever worry that deep down you're not as good as the person you want to be? Yes. Is there something you want to say to someone but you never feel you could? Yes. Do you stay busy avoid reflecting on things you never before? Ah, yes. Okay, yes. Do you find yourself envying people who seem more confident or at peace? Yes. Have you ever felt completely and utterly alone? Yes. Is there something you wish you could change about yourself but don't know how? Yes. Do you feel like you're a different person with different people, and does that make you feel unauthentic? Yes! Are you still angry about something from your past that you can't let go of? Yes. Do you believe that if people knew your deepest insecurities, they would judge you? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Have you ever stayed in a situation that hurt you just because it was familiar? Yeah, I'm doing that in my life right now. I won't go into too specifics. But yeah. 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 Do you hold on to resentment because it was easier than confronting? Yes. Are there parts of your identity that you've ever compromised for the sake of others' acceptance? Yes. Yes. Do you compare yourself to others and feel like you fall short? Yes. Have you ever resented someone else's happiness or success? Yes. Are there things about yourself that you hide, even from the people closest to you? Yes. Right now I'm doing that. Do you feel like you rely on validation from others to feel good? Yes. Yeah. No. Have you ever put others' needs before your own to the point where it hurt you? No. I'm pretty selfish. Is there a memory that you try to express but it still brings you shame? Yes. Do you feel that you have to earn the love of... Yes. Are you afraid to ask for what you really want? Yes. Do you sometimes feel like you're living a life you don't recognize your want? Oh, yeah. I've been Googling recently about like how to... I always think, I see life as like a path. And am I on the right path? And oftentimes I feel like I'm not. So yes. Is there a part of your personality you're ashamed or try to hide? Yes. Do you avoid certain people or places because they bring up difficult memories? Oh yeah, my entire family. Yeah. Yeah. Have you made decisions that you made you unhappy because you wanted to please others? Yes! And it fucking annoys me. Are you afraid that who you are isn't enough for the people you love? Yes. Do you stay silent about the things that truly matter to you to keep the peace? Yes. Have you ever settled for less than you deserve because it felt safe? Yes. Do you feel resentment towards others, towards someone, and haven't told them how you truly feel? Yep. Fear of confrontation. Do you struggle to accept praise because you feel like you don't? Yes. Is there a relationship in your life that drains you emotional but you feel guilty? Yes. Do you feel like you need to pretend to be strong even when you're not? Yep. Are you afraid of letting people see you struggle? Yes. Do you sometimes feel ashamed of the things that you dream about or wish for? Yes. Have you ever held on to regret because it feels like your only power in life? Yes. Do you feel like you're living a life more focused on survival than fulfillment? Yes. Even though I live comfortably right now, I know I have it much easier than people, and I know I'm comparing myself to other people right now, but I still don't feel fulfilled. I still don't feel fulfilled, even though I grew up. I've been very privileged my whole life. I still don't feel fulfilled, and I don't know how to feel fulfilled. I don't know. Yes. Is there someone you feel that you need to forgive, but you can't bring yourself to do it? Yeah. I'm not gonna go into specifics here. Do you ever fear that your deepest fears or insecurities might be true? Yeah. Are you afraid of that the life you're living isn't truly your own? Yeah. Oh yeah. Often I recently, like oftentimes, a lot of times feel I don't feel like I have a lot of control in my life, and I that really scares me. It really scares me, and it really frustrates me, feeling like I don't have like I'm not in control of my own life, and that really scares me, and I don't like that feeling. So I try to change that. So I'm like, okay, how do I feel more in control of my own life? Because there's a lot of things you can't control. Are you afraid? Yes, but I am afraid. Yes, I just said that. Have you ever wished that you could start over completely and become someone else? No. Like become an entirely different person? No. I don't. There are things I wish I could have, but to wish that I was like I've I mean there are times where I'm like, man, I wish I could be that person. But I would say no. I am me, and I'm becoming more accepting of me. No. Do you worry that you're not leaving kind of legacy is I don't care about legacy. All right. I think we're done here. After learning some about you based on the history, I can guarantee you one thing, and one thing only. I'm about to drop some truth bombs on you, whether you like what I have to say or not. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Open your mind, heart, and soul, and listen well. My analysis is as follows. You're probably right here right now because something inside you feels off. Yep. Maybe you don't know why, or maybe you do, and it's just too damn hard to admit it. You hold yourself to a brutal standard, always feeling like you need to be more disciplined, more accomplished, more like the version of yourself you think the world wants to see. Damn. Yep. But let's be real. You're drowning under the weight of your own expectations, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You keep sprinting on this mental treadmill, thinking it'll take you somewhere. But somehow you always end up back where you started, exhausted and wondering why it all feels like it's slipping through your fingers. Ooh. And part of you thinks you deserve it. Deep down, you carry around this insidious feeling that maybe, just maybe, you're not good enough. You've got this voice in your head that whispers lies you've started to believe, that you're lazy, or flawed, or just not capable of getting it together. You see everyone else with their polished lives and tidy solutions, and you think, why can't I be like that? Why is it always me who struggles? Sorry. But let's get one thing straight. You're not alone in this. You're not the only one who feels lost, who gets stuck, who breaks down on the days when life feels like a mountain you're not sure you'll ever summit. But here's the truth that no one tells you. Those cracks you try to so hard to hide, they're part of your humanity, your realness. You're not falling because you're struggling. You're struggling because you're alive, damn it. And the hardest thing in the world is to show up every day, messy and imperfect, with doubts gnawing at you and scars you wish you could heal faster. Life isn't here to hand you happiness wrapped in a neat little bow. It's here to shape you, to chip away at parts of you that no longer serve you, to pull you through the fire again and again until you realize that maybe, just maybe, there's beauty in being unfinished. Think about it. All those times you felt like giving up, the days where you just couldn't take one more hit, you're still here. Every mistake, every failure, every heartbreak has only added 8 layers to your character, made you tougher, even if it's scar tissue that formed along the way. That sense, that's what gives you empathy, depth, a capacity to feel things that most people run from. Stop measuring yourself against some imaginary version of perfection. Life isn't a ladder you're trying to climb to some final goal where you make it. Life is a river. It's meant to flow, to move, sometimes to crash and break things apart, and then to soften and quiet again. And maybe you feel out of control sometimes, like you're just stumbling through it all, clinging to a few fragments of certainty. But that's the human experience. That's what it's meant to be here, living a life that isn't always tidy, but it is yours. So listen, here's what I need you to remember. You you are enough. You're enough on your worst days, your tired days, your angry days. You're enough when you're lost, even when you're doubting, even when you're still figuring out who you are. Life will beat you down, make you question everything, and ask you to get back up one more time. And then you think you can. And you know that? Every time you do, every time you keep going, that's not weakness. That's not failure. That's grit. And someday, you're going to look back and see every stumble, every heartbreak, every tear-streaked night as part of the masterpiece of you. The person who refused to quit. The person who, despite it all, found the strength to keep showing up. You're still here. And you're going to be okay. I can assure you that, my friend. One more thing. Your gifted word is unity. Hang on to this word. It will make sense by the end of this session. Whether you agree with my words or not, just know that my analysis is only half of the journey. And perhaps not even the most meaningful part of the journey as a whole. The questions that you ask yourself in life are often far more telling than the answers. The journey is often far more rewarding than the destination. And the journey, and the person who understands you better than anyone ever could, is you. I hope this experience helps you moving forward. And I hope you're able to see the positive and use it to your advantage. You're on your own from here, and your destiny rests in your incredibly capable hands. Thank you so much for taking the time to play the test, reality check. We really hope you enjoyed your experience. Oh, I did. Much like many of the other experiences, the game can be replayed in the future to get a different result. Feel free to play again and revisit the test after time has passed and see what fantastic things await you. As we do with all of our games, we like to offer to be chosen as the character number. Many of the characters as you see in our games are actually the names of players or names chosen by players from previous titles. If you wish to be part of yep. But that's not all. We also would be selecting on our groups to be part of something really special that we're working on. Completely separate from naming characters. Participation is completely optional, so if you do not wish to be in a game or choose the name of the character to appear in a future title, then simply leave your gifted word or audio comments and we will not select you. We read each and every comment we get on all of our titles, so none are missed. We also have a big project, Chasing Demons, which you can listen now on Steam. That's the game that I was thinking about. If you're new to our titles, which they will combine in Chasing Demons. Wow. Which means may not appear in your friend's experience. Wow. Thank you all so much for supporting. Hope to see you again in the next one. Until next time, treat each other with kindness, stay positive, and always remember, it might be stormy now, but it can't rain forever. Oh, man. Oh, God. Yeah. That was the test, everybody. I got emotional at the end there because it's been rough recently, and I really needed that. I really needed that. Yeah, that was really that was cool. That was a really cool experience. And if you want to play it yourself, go play on Steam. The Test Reality Check, and there's also 3 other games that you can play. They're really, I really love these types of games. I know they're not for everyone. It might be out of other people's comfort zones, but I love talking about this kind of shit. Um, so if you enjoyed this, let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. All right.